everyone, this is Ibna Bidnurkar from Appa Public School. Welcome to online classes. I am your IT teacher. Today we'll start with MS Excel. Today we'll start Unit 4 Electronic Spreadsheet, Chapter 10 Introduction to Spreadsheet. The term spreadsheet is used widely in accounting and business today. Spreadsheet is derived from the word spread. Now we'll learn the meaning of spreadsheet. A spreadsheet is a file that exists of cells in a rows and columns and can be held, arrange, calculate and sort data. Data in a spreadsheet can be numeric values as well as text, formulas, references and functions. Now we move to introduction of spreadsheet. Spreadsheet is nothing but a MS Excel. MS Excel is one of the most professional and advanced spreadsheet software and used by large number of people across the world. It allows store, organize, calculate, manipulate the available data in a tabular format, consists of rows and columns. It has an additional feature of representing a data in the form of chart that help you to analyze data quickly. Earlier, the accounting records were maintained manually on an oversized sheet of papers called ledgers. These ledgers were used to record and calculate monetary transaction of a company. Later on, the need arose to maintain a large number of records, which was difficult to onto a page. This led the concept of spreading the data across the pages. Thus, the concept of spreadsheet come into existence. Now, we move to the important features of spreadsheet. First and foremost important feature of spreadsheet is that formulas and functions. Formulas are the mathematical expression that are mainly used to perform simple as well as complex calculations. Functions are built-in formulas which are used to calculate percentage, interest, average, etc. in MS Excel. Second feature of spreadsheet is the formatting feature. These features are used to improve the appearance of a data. The third feature, auto updation of data. The data is automatically recalculated in whole worksheet if any changes made in a single cell. The fourth one is search and replace. This feature leads to fast searching and instant replacing of a data. Autofill option. Autofill feature helps in entering data in series automatically. Charts. Charts are a graphical representation of a data. It helps us to analyze the data, compare data in a very effective manner. Sorting. Sorting is nothing but arranging the data in either ascending order or descending order. Now we'll move to some other spreadsheets we are having, like popular spreadsheets are Microsoft Excel, LibreOffice Calc, Apache, OpenOffice Calc, Google Sheet, Numeric, WikiCalc. These are some popular spreadsheet softwares. Now, starting off MS Excel in Windows 7. Firstly, if you want to start in a Windows 7, click on the Start button, then click on All Programs, select Microsoft Office, click on Microsoft Excel. Now, main window of application opens. This is in a Windows 7. Now, the list of application folders, scroll through list of application folders. Here we'll get Microsoft Office. Okay, Microsoft Office, and click on Microsoft Office Excel 2007. Okay, this is the one method, and one more method is searching the application. Now we want to search Microsoft Excel. So what you have to do, directly in a search box you have to type Microsoft Excel. Okay, now just to select the app, you will get the same workbook. Excel. This is the figure of components of Excel. Now we'll learn about some important components of Excel. Firstly, we learn about workbook. When we open Excel file is referred as workbook, in which you can store your data. Workbook is a collection of one or more worksheets in a single file. And workbook is designed to hold worksheets together in order to organize and consolidate efficiently. And the temporary name as book 1. Now we'll move to the worksheet. Everyone on the screen you can see here, it's made up of rows and columns, and these are basic unit for storage in a file or a workbook. These cells are arranged in a grid pattern using rows and columns, and here rows runs horizontally from left to right and columns vertically from top to bottom. When you open workbook, you will get 3 worksheets. By default, 3 worksheets: sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. You can insert n number of worksheets as per your requirement. And this sheet tab, the sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3 is known as sheet tab. It is located below your worksheet and at the above of your status bar. And our worksheet is made up with the cell, rows and column. Now we'll come to the cell. Cell is the intersection of rows and columns. A rectangular shape box, it means that it is an active cell. Every cell is denoted with its cell address. Next we'll move to the row. Row is a horizontal arrangement of cell in a Excel, and rows have numbers like 1, 2, 3, 4, dash, dash, dash. Similarly, column, a vertical arrangement of a cell in an Excel known as column. Letters are used to name the columns A, B, C, dash dash. Now we'll come to the next component, that is scroll bar. In Excel we can get two scroll bars, that is vertical and another one is a horizontal. You can use these scroll bars to navigate through the content of your worksheet. Next we'll move to the row header. Each row in a Excel is represented by specific number which is present on the left hand side of your worksheet. These numbers is known as row header. These numbers are known as row header, and row headers numbers from 1 to 1,48,576. Now we'll move to the column header. Letters across the top of your worksheet represent column headings starting from A to Z, AA, AZ, BA, BZ, so on. Every worksheet in an Excel column is consist of 16,384 columns. Now we come to the name box. A name box is located above the column heading on the left hand side of your Excel window. This is a unique cell name. Cell reference is displayed in the cell box. It displays the location of the cell pointer. This is a cell pointer. Now our cell pointer is in the C6. You can see in the name box C6. Now we change my cell pointer. This is a what? D3. Now we move to the formula bar. A formula bar is located at the top of the sheet. It is located at the right of the name box. This bar shows the character and formulas that you enter in the active cell. It shows the actual content of the cell in an Excel. Function or formula is written in this cell. The cell is display the result or a value, and the formula display the function of a formula applied. A formula or a function always start with the equal to sign. Now I will show the example. Just now I want to apply the formula. You can see in the formula bar equal to sum. Okay, equal to sum. Now what? Open bracket A1 colon, so separated with the colon, and D1. Close the bracket. Press enter key. Now just to take your mouse pointer here, whatever the formula you enter, you can see in the formula bar. Now we'll move to the sheet tabs. Sheet tabs appears at the bottom left of the Excel window. By default we are having namely 3 sheets, sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. For example, now we want to enter the data in a sheet 2. Just click on this, it will get active. Now we can ready to enter the data in a sheet. You can enter n number of sheets, insert n number of sheets according to your requirement. Now status bar. Status bar lies in the bottom of the Excel window. It displays the information like sheet number, active working mode, zoom level, and another important information about the spreadsheet in which you are working. Next is a range of cells. In general, range refers to the values between two other values. For example, see here, now our range 1 to 5. Okay, 1 to 5. In 1 to 5, what it includes? 2, 3, 4 as well. When you're referring the spreadsheet, a range or cell is a collection of cells within a rows and columns. A range can be 2 or more contingent cells which are selected or denoted collectively. You can specify the range by starting cell address followed by ending cell address, both separated with a colon. And range, we are having 3 types of range. One is column range. Column range refers to the range cell spread across the column. In this type of cell range, a column letter is constant, whereas row number is varies. For example, a column range that includes 1 to 5. Column B will be written as B1 to B5. Now I am entering the formula, right? See here. Now I want to enter the formula. Just what I will do, open. What I will do, B1 colon B5. Okay, close. Okay, this will contain what here? Column is constant, but what row will get changed. Now we come to the row range. Row range refers to the range of cells spread across the row. This type row range, the row number is constant, whereas column number is varies. For example, see here B5 to F5. Row and column range. In this type of range, in the form of matrix include column and row. For example, range consists of cells 3 to 10 lines, column B to F and B3 to F10. Okay. Now, how to select the range? How to select the range? I will show you how to select the range by using mouse. Now I want to select the cell, select a range from A1 to A6. Just hold the left mouse button and drag it and take your mouse pointer somewhere. You can see the selected area. Similarly, once again one more example I will give you. For example, I want to select F cell. Okay, F cell, F1 to F6. Okay, F2 to F9 I will select. I will take my mouse pointer somewhere else and it will be show with that. It will get selected with the and covered with the blue mark, blue filled with the blue color. And this is with the help of mouse. And now will how to select with the keyboard. For example, I want to select with the e-table items. What I will do, I will just hold the shift key and use the arrow keys. Now next values. Okay. And if you want to down, just hold the shift key, down arrow. If you want to just cancel it, click somewhere, it will go. Thank you. And here you are finished your chapter 10, Introduction to Spreadsheet. Thank you. We'll start chapter 11, Editing Data in a Spreadsheet. In this chapter, we'll learn how to edit and how to enter the data in a spreadsheet. Already I said you have to take the mouse pointer, take the mouse pointer in a desired cell and you can type the data into that cell. Firstly, now we'll go to the entering data in a worksheet. We'll go to the numbers. Okay. Click on the cell, which cell you want to click. Click on the cell and type the numbers by using number keys. In Excel, number can contain following characters. For example, see here a number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, plus, minus, asterisk. So many symbols are there. Okay. Now, for example, we want prefix with the negative number. So what we have to do? Prefix with the negative number. See here, minus 4, 5, 6. Okay. Press the enter key. You can see minus. Now, what I will do is one method. One more method is using parenthesis. Parenthesis is nothing but a bracket. See here. Now I will increase this font size of that because you can know comfortably. Okay. See here. Now start open bracket. Open bracket 4, 5, 6. Close the bracket. Now see concentrate on this number. I never used here prefix with the minus. Now the press enter key, we will get the minus key. Minus 4, 5, 6. Okay. And Excel would recognize this minus 4, 5, 6. By default, the numbers are right aligned in a cell. Excel ignores the leading sign placed before the number, treat as a single period dot, that is as a decimal. And for example, some are there. Now I want to start the prefix with the 0. Some numbers are there. Code number 08488285. Something is there. In that circumstances, if you want to prefix with the 0, I will type here 0, 99456. I press enter key. Excel ignores the prefix with the 0. So if we want in a Excel, in a cell 0, prefix with the 0, now what we have to do? We have to use apostrophe. Okay, apostrophe 0, 99456. Close the apostrophe, press enter key. Now you got the prefix with the 0. And now what we can enter the date by using hyphen. See here, now instead of slash I can use hyphen. Okay, 20 minus 5. Okay, 19. Okay, like this. And we can use the including numbers also. Whichever type we want, we can enter the date. So now entering the date and time finished. Entering the text label. Okay, text entry is a combination of both numeric and non-numeric data along with the spaces. Okay, now we are using here. Now I want to type hello space 98. Okay, 98. And these text entries, by default the text is left aligned in a cell. The data entries in a worksheet which are neither number nor formula are assumed as a simple text. The text entries are never used for calculation. See here, we are not used for this, is for calculation. Most often these worksheets heading we are using as a worksheet headings and for the identify the column of a data. For example, see here I used here name because in that column I can get the name of the particular person, and along with that roll number I used for Nisha's roll number is 101 and her date of birth is 20th. Along with the column headings we can come to know that what the heading contains. Now entering the formula. Formula is a symbolic expression that can include number, cell address, arithmetic operators and parentheses. Formulas establish a relationship between two or more cells. Formulas must begin with the equal to symbol by cell references and operators. See here, now for example, now I want to calculate something. So what I will do, I will is equals to sum open bracket. Okay, now I want to what B2 to C2. Okay, B2 colon C2. What happens here? It has created a relationship between two cells. What formula I have to sum? But here date is not calculated because it is neither text nor number, because I used here symbols. So it's not calculated, just calculated 101. But here we got the relationship between that cells. Okay. Now we can editing the cell content. Editing the data in a cell involves changing the cell references, changing the cell content. What cell content we can change? Copying the data, moving the data, inserting, deleting the rows and columns. The data or a formula you typed in an Excel can be seen in the cell and formula bar. See here, now I type here formula. Okay, in which cell I type the formula? In F2. Same thing, you observe that here in a formula bar you can see is equal to some hours, that will be displayed there also. And for example, if I click on here negative minus 456, that will be displayed in the cell as well as in the formula bar. And you can use the formula bar to edit the data or a formula in a cell. For example, I want to edit the data. Here I want to change the cell formula. So what I want to do now, instead of B I want to take A. Okay, we can edit the data from the formula bars as well as from the cell also. Okay, and when if you want to, here we are having two buttons. This is right part will display as a enter and this is wrong is a cancel. No, I don't want to go with the what I made the editing. So what you have to do, just you have to click on cancel. And as usual you can see here B2. Okay, fine. Next, sometimes you may mistake the entering the data into the cell. You need to edit the content of the cell. Cell content modify in two ways. One is by overwriting and another is modify the cell content by partial. Now I will give you one example for what overwriting. Here I have prepared one sheet, the report card of XYZ class. So here I am having the names and how much they scored along with that. So what happened? I entered all the numbers. By what happened? Here Tanvi got 53, but according to what I wrote here 63. Now I want to edit it. Just select the cell which you want to edit, click on that and replace with the 53. Okay, see here now. You got here 53. We can edit by selecting and using the cell content. Partial modification. Excel allows you to make partial modification. So you should not overwrite the cell content for minor corrections. You should make changes in the desired portion. To make the partial modification, use any one of the following. See here, select the cell, click on the formula bar, and bring the cursor where you want insert or delete character. So what you have to do, just insert or delete this one. Take the mouse pointer, select the cursor. Okay, it will be displayed in the formula bar, and use delete key, it will go. And one more method is that press enter key, it will go. And after that, what you have to do, I want to edit this number, and see here status bar. Here now it is what, I am not selected any cell. So what happened here, it's in the ready. If I double click on this particular cell, it will be converted into edit. Now whatever you want to edit, replace with that particular number. Okay, this is all. And after removing the data from cell, data can be removed or deleted from the cell in several ways. Remove only data only. To delete the data from a cell, select and press backspace key. What you want to do, for example, now I want to delete 82. Even I can use backspace. Okay. And one more thing, if I want to edit with the one more method, what, right click on the cell and select the clear content. What you have to do, just select the cell, right click, and here what you have to, clear content. Okay, clear content. Removing the data from formatting. To remove the data formatting effects, follow these steps. Okay, this is one method. And another one more is what, select the cell, data as well as formatting effects you want to wish to delete. Click on the clear button in the editing group. Okay, from the home tab. And from home tab, what you have to do, you have to click on the editing. Select first one. Okay, and home tab, clear all effects. Okay. Removing the data and formatting. To remove the data with the formatting effects, follow these steps. First you have to select the cell and click on clear button in the where we get editing group from the home tab, and select in the drop down arrow clear all. Okay, and it will remove the what we are selected. Now entering the formulas. Entering the formulas. For example, now I want to enter the formula. Excel has a powerful feature to perform the calculations on the data. What we can perform the actions: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, numbers, either using formulas or functions. And these formulas are the equations that perform the calculation on values. It is an expression that include cell address, numbers, arithmetic operators and parentheses. The result of calculation is displayed in the cell where formula is entered. And don't forget it, formula we should start with the equal to symbol, followed with the cell references and the operators. We can use either uppercase or lowercase letters while writing the cell address. Uppercase or lowercase already you know, capital letters, small letters, while entering the formula. And using mathematical operators. What operators will use? Minus if you want to do, subtraction if you want to do, we will use minus, and for addition plus we will use, for division slash we will use, Exponents, any other mathematical operators can be used formula, but they are evaluated according to the precedence. We can use 3 types. One is using basic formula, compound formula, and using range in a formula. Now I will tell you one by one. One is first using basic formula. Basic formula involves only one operator. Let's calculate the sum number available in the range B5 to B10 display in a B12. I will show you one more sheet. Okay. Now I will apply here formula here. Okay. What I will get here? Total I will type here. Total. Okay. Now what you have to do? Just apply the formula. What formula I want to the total? Here will take lastly. Total will write here. Total. Okay. From where to where I want to do total now? Is equals to, and this is your B5. This is your cell is from B5 to B10. What I want to do? Add. So is equal to sum open bracket from B5 to colon B5 to B10. Okay. B10. Already I said you it will create a relationship between one among another cells. Now you can see it is created the relation. Close the bracket, press enter key. You will get 24,900 without making anything. This is one example for you. I showed you using basic formula. Now next we'll let compound formulas. Compound formulas are the formulas we are using more than one operator, right? For example, now I want to calculate interest, right? I want to calculate interest. So what you have to do? Just is equals to, in interest column you keep here, okay, equals to next from where I am having B2 to next B2 and after that B2 divided by B2 into B3 okay into B4, okay, B2 into B3 into B4 into B3, okay, B3 and B4. We will multiply with that first. B4, okay. What will the principal amount, rate of interest and time? We will multiply with that. Later divided by 100. Okay. Enter. What will go? 675. The simple interest for 4,500 is what? For rate how much it is? 5% and year 3 years. For 3 years what is the amount we will get? 675 by using compound formula. Now selecting the range. I will show you selecting the range. See here, for example, you already got here 24,900. I applied a formula. I'll do using simple function. Functions are the pre-designed formulas to perform simple as well as complex calculations. Functions eliminate the chance to writing wrong formulas. They accept the argument and return values. Since a function cannot exist on its own, it must always be part of a formula. And here function is made up of two parts, that is structure and argument. Now we'll come to the structure. Structure of a function defines in a general syntax of a function. The structures begin with the equals to sign followed by the function name, and these list of arguments separated by comma within this parenthesis. See here one example here given is equal to function name. Function name is what? If you want to do addition, sum you have to use. If you want to do subtraction, difference you have to use. If you want to find out the maximum number, max, minimum, min, okay. Same thing, average. And from range, what range to range? This here we have to give this one. And now come to the arguments. Arguments are the input values to functions. Argument can be text, logical values like true or false, range of cell references, or formulas that are enclosed within a parenthesis. Get the total amount. Here in formula bar you observe that is equals to sum B5 colon B10. Okay. So here function name is what? Which type of function it has to do? It has to do addition. So I used sum. Okay. And it is separated with the colon, right? Separated with the colon or comma. Now next we'll move to the arguments. Arguments are the input values to a function. Arguments can be number. See here already in the example arguments. What arguments we are having? From B5. What's the set address we are giving? Okay. B5. Whatever it may be. Text logical values like true or false, range of cells references, or formula that are enclosed with the parenthesis. Now we come to know that some rules for enter a function. What rules we need? Before entering the formula, what I used, it should be begin with the equals to sign. A function name must be valid Excel function. For example, sum, average. If you want to select the maximum number, max. To find out the minimum number, min. Okay. So if you want to count the number of items, count function. These are the name of the valid Excel functions. A function name must be followed with the opening and closing parenthesis. See here also it is bracket is started, and already I said you parenthesis means brackets, and we start the formula in the arguments. We start from the brackets. Okay. Now we will go to sum function. Now we want to calculate this amount, total expenses we want to calculate, how many expenses we want to. So in that situation, what will you? We will do addition. Same thing already I told you is equals to, and which function name? Sum. Okay, sum, and calculate the argument. What argument I want here now? C5 to C10. Okay, C5 colon C10. Okay, close the parenthesis, start from parenthesis, press enter key. We got a 1300, right? This is what now we calculated the expenses amount. Now we want to find the average. Now we want to find the average. So what I will do here, I want to find the average of a mark sheet of XYZ class. So I want to calculate the average of the each chapter. So in that situation, what I will do, I will keep my cursor. Okay, I will do is equals to average, average, start the parenthesis. Okay, start the parenthesis. C6. What is the oral marks is in a C6 and written marks in a D6. I want to find the average of both the cells. Now what C6 colon D6. Okay, D6. Now close the parenthesis, press enter key. We got a 93%. Okay, this is 93 average. So this is calculated regarding calculation of average. Now we'll move to math. The function is what? Count function. Okay, count function in Excel, it will calculate only numeric values. Okay, it will calculate only numeric values. See here how many numeric values we are having? 5 and 0. And true or false, these are all the text. So now I want to calculate what count in a numbers here. What I will do, now I will write the formula for is equals to count from where to where I want from A5 to G5, right? A5 to G5. A5 colon to G5. Close the parenthesis, press enter key, and in this we are having numeric values, we are having only two, that is 5 and 0. Now I want to find out how to find out the maximum. Okay, maximum. Now your cursor in the F5 is equals to, in this, which is a maximum amount we want to find out, right? So what I will do is equals to maximum amount, open parenthesis, from where to where I want to, B5 to E5, B5 colon E5, close the parenthesis, enter. And this row will get 1000 is a maximum amount. Okay, thank you children.